There is nothing lamer than the ongoing, never-ending saga surrounding Jeffrey Epstein. Now, you could say, why don't they just release the names and let everyone see them? Well, I think there's a couple of reasons for that, but let's back up here just a little bit. You guys do remember the Biden administration, right? The very political DOJ with the Biden administration, right? They made up ways to go after Donald Trump. Do you not think that if Donald Trump was in this list or book or whatever, that they wouldn't have used that against him? And if you can't understand, let me just say this. They went after him in ways they had to make up to go after him. You don't think they would have used this had they been given the opportunity to do so? I think that says everything we need to say about that. As for Donald Trump and why he hasn't released the list, I think he's making it pretty clear. He's telling people, and it's the reason I thought all along, and it's that there are people on this list that have nothing to do with anything illegally, and because of that, they don't want to just release a list of names so everyone can say, oh, you're a pedophile. They don't want to do that, and they're not going to do that. That is probably the reason, and that's what he told Chris Cuomo, and I think that's a perfectly reasonable reason. As for other people that did things that were illegal at Epstein Island, if they knew, I'm assuming one of these groups of people would have gone after them. Or maybe, and let's just use your QAnon conspiracy, the entire government's run by pedophiles. Just choose your own adventure, because we're never going to know, so just pick whatever you want. But maybe listen to Bill O'Reilly, who's telling you why Donald Trump didn't release the list before you freak out and say, well, he must be on it.
I talked to President Trump man to man, eye to eye, on St. Patrick's Day about this and the Kennedy files and the King files. It was all one conversation. And he said, and I agree, there are a lot of names associated with Epstein that had nothing to do with Epstein's conduct. They maybe had lunch with him or maybe had some correspondence for one thing or another. If that name gets out, those people are destroyed, because there's not going to be any context. Media doesn't care about context. So you can't do that. You can't destroy human beings by putting out the files, whatever they may be.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Pam, could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file, along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively, the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
Mr. President,